Let's take a look at some Bad Lads Extreme Season 4. Let's go.
Bad Lads Army! Woo!
This bunch of
This guy mooning the camera. Flashback. I haven't seen somebody moon a camera in a long time. That used to be a thing. And then if you moon somebody and they put their ass against the window, you called it pressed ham.
lying, thieving scumbags is the worst ever.
Sorted.
Vile, violent,
You want some?
and venomous.
I tell you what, the people you want some guys, right? The guys are always the tough guys. Like, hey, you want some, brother? Those guys never fight. Like, if you don't say you want some, you just punch somebody in the mouth. I know they're putting this on for the show, but had to revisit some Bad Lads.
Now it's payback time.
Shut up!
That bucket trick is pretty good. The show always makes me laugh because those kind of stunts or kind of PT extra love they give is the kind of thing I was used to. And it never ends, the stuff they can come up with, like the crazy bucket on the head, whacking them around. That kind of stuff, they'll just keep coming up with it, including in the regular Marine Corps if you're doing something dumb to junior guys.
Hey! Paratroopers don't cry! Stop it!
Terror.
What's your
Oh, look at this little guy. He is like a small, midget, fat dude. I guess they all got short haircuts, but, you know, he's going to be trouble. I would suspect from looking at him. He looks like he may have some kind of physical ailment, disability. Could be just too much food. I would call him Pugsley. Or Uncle Fester, if I were one of those guys, one of those instructors, he would be Uncle Fester from now on.
I dare you! I don't know your ass! I'll get the home job, get on there!
Have clocked up nearly 3,000 days.
Look at them all carrying on and yucking it up. Like they think it's going to be a big party because there's cameras. And this is way before everybody wanted to be a social media influencer, right? So you can imagine now it'd be like Jersey Shore or some shit. They'd be yucking it up in front of the camera, trying to get a gig on social media afterwards or be a YouTube star, right?
Days in prison, 2,500 hours community service, and over £30,000 in fines.
Boy, they're the finest the UK has to offer, right? These guys. You know, on a serious note, you wonder how they get there. And my take on it is they didn't have the right parenting. Now, what does that mean? The parents need to discipline them pre-5 years old. So you got to train them young. It's like training a puppy. If you let the puppy take a dump on the floor, it's going to be taking a dump on the floor. It's a dog. So you got to train it, get after it, take it out, swat it on the ass, whatever's necessary so it doesn't take a dump on your floor. If you wait till the dog is 2 or wait till your kid is 12, you're going to get him dumping, taking a shit on your floor.
They've cost the taxpayer £1 million.
Is in shit state! Get that crap in that...
This guy reminds me of a Benny Hill character. This head guy so far. He's been on other ones, and you just look at Benny Hill. For you guys that haven't seen it, it was a English program, like a comedy skit program, and it was very funny at the time.
Corner, shift it to that corner now! Come on, get him over there! Come on, you fuck! Get over here!
This one, they seem a little more serious than some of the other ones I've seen. You know, I'm trying to do more of these, but Channel 4 likes to slap copyright problems on my head, so we'll see how this goes. I love this show, but question, can you imagine this show being out in this decade? Can you imagine how that would be perceived? Abusive. It would get shut down. There was a show in South Korea that was about a UDT reality show, and it got shut down because they said it was too cruel. And they weren't really doing anything. They were at the beach, you know, doing the typical water stuff you see in any boot camp training or selection. You know, the stuff we see about buds. These guys went to Navy boot camp, which is what, 6 or 8 weeks. You know, it's not even really, I'm going to call it like, say, a military combat style boot camp, right? So they're not ready. Like, they didn't go into the Army boot camp or Marine Corps boot camp. It's different. Then they go there, and what we see is like the very beginning of them getting trained up. I knew guys that went to Great Lakes, and then they went to Buds. They were rock stars, and so they gained weight when they were at Great Lakes in boot camp, Navy boot camp, because they didn't PT. Now, this is a long time ago. They said it was a shocker. They were studs before they went.
They've been in the camp just 20 minutes.
Nothing, sir. Nothing.
Nothing to demand with me. What?
Nothing. Sir.
Don't spit at me, boy.
You spotted.
Don't, hey! Don't get caught taking away, running.
Don't get saucy with me, fat boy. That's what I'd be saying to him. This guy's pissed off. Or they're great actors. I really think these guys took it seriously at the time. You know, this was before everybody was trying to get a gig, like I said before. So they were just probably out of the military, is paying good. They maybe thought they could make a difference in someone's life. Surprise, surprise. Most of these kids are probably in jail now.
Been round there a few times to see if we can get some fat off this lard ass. Get him away, Court Murray, that way. Come yourself!
Damage, breaking and entering, handling stolen goods.
He's always in trouble. He's been.
You know, you saw breaking into somebody's house. Here's one of these little dirt bags. That's a slippery slope here in the United States. So you see some old lady, right? She's getting her groceries. You go, this is going to be easy. She won't have her hearing aids in. I'll break in and steal her stuff. You break in, you find out she's got a shotgun next to her bed, and you catch two of them in the stomach. It's not a good idea. I guess in the UK, maybe they're not as worried about it. Maybe these kids don't think about it. But that's a danger.
He has been kicked out of 2 schools.
Got expelled from the first school for basically fighting and bullying.
You know what would solve this? Getting expelled. It used to be they called getting licks, right? So you had a choice. So if you got in a fight, they'd say, all right, son, you can get suspended or you can take licks, which meant they got a big-ass paddle out in high school, and the coach would come in and fire you up. And I'm going to say it was like 3 or 5. And you would know. And I'm not that old, but guess what? You didn't do it again, and it was better than getting suspended. You learned your lesson. That's what's missing here. Corporal punishment.
Second line for drugs.
Stole the car keys from my car.
Yeah, mum was in hospital, stole.
Yeah, what is a mom doing? She's like, oh, the kid stole my car keys in my car. Well, why doesn't he have a black eye? You know, what are they doing about it? And I understand you can't fix it all. You can't blame it all on the parents. But it's a good place to start. See if the parents are disciplining the kid. It's back again to the example about the puppy. They probably let him get away with things. You know, kids are smart. Let them figure it out. They know their gender at 4, right? They do that in California. If they think they're a girl, well, let's make them a girl. They're a boy. You know, they realize they're children. They don't know. That's the point of being a parent. Teach them.
Stole a car, went for a joyride.
I want you to show me some courage.
No, Corporal, no. He got nothing to do with it. No, with it.
Under pressure, street fighter Shaz Nawaz is showing his true colours.
Look at me.
You know, it's funny. Snakes are one of those phobias. Like, certain people don't like closed spaces. They don't like snakes, bugs. But you got to look at it. Now, if it's in your head, I don't know if you can get out of it. Maybe there's like aversion therapy. But I would say, what's the worst that's going to happen? That's the way I looked at things that I didn't like doing. I never had any weird phobias. Like all of a sudden I hate being in a confined space or hated animals or snakes. But like, what's the worst that's going to happen? And once you've been through some things in life, you get some gray hairs and some bumps and bruises, you go, what's the worst? I die. But I'm not dying from a snake bite. So man up, you little thief scumbag.
Nawaz, keep quiet. Nawaz, keep...
I put a brave face on, but when I sat down, it just hit me. I just got all emotional. I'd fight any bloke, but I just can't go near spiders. I don't like them.
That is interesting. This guy goes, I'd fight anybody, right? And I've known some guys, and I'll tell you a story. I knew a guy that was in the tail end of his career, Vietnam veteran, 2 tours in Vietnam, a Purple Heart, the whole 9 yards, a real dude. When it came to needles, this guy was scared as hell. He'd turn like white as a ghost, hated needles. Been in the military a long time, had got a lot of needles in his arms. We had to give blood. It was like a mandatory type blood drive. And guess what? He was truly shocked and hated it. So I've seen guys like that, spiders, you know, what, he just stomp them. But this kid, let's hear.
They frightened the shit out of me, so I won't go near him. But he made me, it's all about courage, and he made me touch it. Fair enough, I touched it, but I didn't want to.
I've never seen that done where you bring out like a snake, a spider, shit people are scared of, and you try to inoculate them, right? You say, if you touch it enough, you'll get over it. It seemed like it worked. I mean, the kid probably opened him up. His adrenaline's running. Now he's all fired up. Maybe he'll quit being such a dirtbag and fighting and stealing. Doubt it.
I am fed up with you and your type thinking that you can muck about, play your games, do your petty crimes, claim the dole, and put nothing back into society.
Yeah, I'm tired of it too. He's on the dole. I haven't heard that one in a while. I used to say that and people thought I was crazy. They need to say that more. I'm tired of you being a dirtbag, taken from the society, putting nothing in, and now you're here. You could never get away with that. Today, this guy would be ostracized and summarily kicked out of the United Kingdom.
In 10 years' time, you will be as much of a waste of space as you are now, and in 20 years' time as well. You've got to pull your socks up, but you're not going to do it here. You're not going to do it in the Army's time. I'm discharging you right now.
I think that's a good idea. If he's not showing anything, they're already at this program because they're screw-ups, right? Now they can't even realize I'm at a program for screw-ups, around screw-ups, so let's not, I got to step my game up so I don't get kicked out of this. It's an opportunity maybe to learn something. It's hard to gauge that when you're a young kid, right? But these guys are giving them all the opportunities in the world.
Sergeant Weston, get him off my camp.
If you had to pick just one, what's your favorite participant and instructor in the series? Let me know in the comments.